Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Dial Robertson Stadium, Bill Robinson Field on the campus of Ohio Northern University in Ada. We have an absolutely sunny and beautiful fall afternoon for Division III college football. We welcome you to this matchup as the Polar Bears come in at 4-2, 3-2 in the Ohio Athletic Conference under first-year head man Andy Freeze. As the Bears now take the field in the all blacks today. Black helmets, black shirts, black pants, mostly black shoes. And the orange and white lettering and trim. The mighty Mount in town this afternoon. The number 3 ranked team in the country in Division III. The always tough Mount Union Purple Raiders come in at a perfect 6-0 and 5-0 within OAC play under fifth-year head coach Jeff Dart. The all-time series between these two schools has been dominated by the Mount, leading 50-14-1. Mount Union has won the last 17 in this series, dating to a 21-14 ONU victory, the last one against them in 2005. Mount Union is 23-8 in the series all-time in games played here in Ada. Well, last week, Ohio Northern had a thriller, scoring 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to rally for a 42-41 win down at Capitol. Running back Louis Blazioli banged in from 22 yards out with just 2.5 minutes left, giving ONU that lead. Linebacker Miles Aldrich then iced the game with an interception at midfield with just over a minute left in the contest. Jordan Pettaway at the running back spot, leading the nation in rushing yards per attempt, a little over 10 per attempt, and kickoff return average at 43.6 yards per kick return. Pettaway has touchdown runs this year of 79, 70, 69, and 51 yards. Also with kickoff returns to his credit as long as 93 yards, giving him 9 plays of more than 30 yards on the season. We are just about set and ready to go. Glad to have you along here at ONUsports.com. Grayson Dowell handling our camera this afternoon. Again, I'm Jason Aldrich with the play-by-play. Mount Union won the toss. They have deferred their choice to the second half, and Ohio Northern will get the ball first and go from north to south. So let's see if Pettaway can get his hands on the football here right away and maybe excite this home crowd on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. A lot of folks are bundled up, but it is perfect with the skies and the sunshine hovering around 60 degrees today. Here's the by the Mount, high and short, and a fair catch at the 21-yard line. So probably the smart thing to do there by one of the up men for the Polar Bears, as it was Jace Mullen, a backup linebacker out of Wapakoneta, making the fair catch. So our first look at the Ohio Northern offense against this stout Mount Union defense. It'll be Sam Feldman to lead the offense on the field. Blazioli, the running back. The tight end, H-back, is Cameron Cox. Wideouts are McCown, Wilson, and Celestin. Going to go to Blazioli, and he'll get positive yards up near the 28-yard line. So about 3.5 or 4 on the give. That Mount Union defense, by the way. At defensive end is Brown. The nose tackle is Harris. The defensive tackle is Factor. The linebackers, they go with 4 of them: Moore, Jackson, and Arthur. And in the secondary, it's Cook, Rowland, Janssens, and Lieber. Second down, we'll call it 7 here for the Polar Bears. First possession of the afternoon. Feldman looking, dropped the ball, picked it up, got a kind bounce, still looking, going to take off, get down the field, turn the corner, and get a first down. A fancy play there by the quarterback, making some magic after he initially dropped the football with that rush coming from Mount Union. So move the chains, a first down in the first minute here for Ohio Northern, out to their own 44-yard line. So some positive plays on offense for the Polar Bears here to start out. You need as many as you can going up against Mount Union. There's no question about that. They're going to give. Blasioli again gets positive yards up across the 46 to the 47-yard line. So ONU will take it. Another gain of 3, and now Ohio Northern going real quick here to try and maybe keep Mount Union from subbing. It's going to be the same play. Blasioli up near the 49, so he gets a couple of more. Not much, but he does get a couple more. And now it looks like we have a player slow to get up for the Mount. Big number 95, Jackson Harris, now going to a knee again, and we'll have an injury pause here with 13 minutes, 5 seconds to go. But ONU looking okay so far in their first couple of plays from scrimmage. As they attend to the injured player, we'll take a break on ONUsports.com. To live action here. Feldman going to throw for it, get the first down, get the completion into Mount Union territory, and a nice play, nice pitch and catch, simple to Matt McCown. Ohio Northern quickly back up to the line here. Feldman over the middle, connects again to the Mount Union 34-yard line. That time it was Kyle Celestin. The wideout out of Miami, Florida. So a gain of 9 brings up 2nd down and 1. As we have played 3 minutes here so far in this contest. First possession of the afternoon, Ohio Northern hosting Mount Union. Pass and a nice defensive play there by the Mount on the outside. It's going to go incomplete, intended for McCown, defended by cornerback Zach Lieber. Liebler out of the high school powerhouse known as Massillon, which of course is in the same vicinity as Alliance, Ohio, where Mount Union is located. So stoppage of the clock there, 11:55 to go, opening period, brings up 3rd down and 1 for ONU. Let's see if they can power ahead and get this first down yardage. Blasioli will get it and then some. Across the 30 to the 29 as Ohio Northern again continues to look impressive against the number 3 ranked team in the country. ONU throwing some hurry up at Mount Union earlier in this drive, and now looks like they have slowed things down, and I would think that might be part of the game plan to keep that Mount Union offense right over where they currently are on their own sideline in the sun. Down to 10 on the play clock. Fresh set of downs for the Polar Bears here. Feldman in the shotgun. Oh, a high snap. He's going to have to get on it, and he does near midfield. So just as things were going perky, if you will, for the Polar Bears, there's an error. A high snap, and they lose a chunk all the way back near midfield. Going to bring up 2nd down and 30. So from the Mount Union 49, they got to get a first down all the way up to the 19. That is a lot to deal with on 2nd down. You would think realistically, if you can get maybe half of it back, that'd set you up for a decent 3rd down play. Feldman looking, pressure, hit as he throws, got it! pressure by ONU and bringing down the quarterback. Connor Rowe getting back there and wreaking havoc and brings up a 3rd and forever for Mount Union. What a play. Beaudry almost got away, but not able to escape the grasp of one Connor Rowe. So it's 3rd and 19 for Mount Union. And a draw handoff here, still on his feet, 15 out to the 18-yard line. But ONU going to get a 3 and out against Mount Union. That's got to give them a huge boost. And a nice cheer from the crowd below us here in the press box. As on to punt is Mike Franklin at around his own 5-yard line. Again, that wind looks like it's in his face a little bit. Pressure coming. He does get away. That's a decent kick. And it's going to be grabbed at around the 43 by Borders. So decent field position for Ohio Northern's second opportunity with the ball. We have no score here at Dial Robertson Stadium, Bill Robinson Field. 8:08 to play first quarter. So let's see if Ohio Northern can again look as impressive as they did their first go-round before that huge bad snap. Here's Jordan Pettaway, again leading the nation in yards per carry. And he'll get it. He'll look for room, and he'll get wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Well, Mount Union not impressed with Jordan Pettaway's stats, and they lose one, 2nd down 11. Again, 2nd and 11 for the Polar Bears here from their own 42-yard line. Feldman calling for it. Pressure coming over the middle. Caught. Escaped one tackle and got out near midfield. They'll mark him just shy at the 49-yard line. I believe Keegan Wilson made the grab. And so a manageable 3rd down and 4 upcoming here for Ohio Northern's offense. From just shy of the midfield stripe. Man in motion coming near side. Hand, Pettaway. Nope, Feldman kept it. Boy, if Pettaway would have had the ball, he would have had a 1st down, but instead Feldman only able to get one to the outside at midfield. And again, decision time for Ohio Northern here. And it looks like the punt unit will come on with John Michael Elliott and crew. Don't want to take a chance this early in a scoreless tie, even though you've moved the ball and have had some positives against Mount Union here so far early on. Elliott might have a little wind to aid him here as he kicks a low line drive. Going to be grabbed on a fair catch at around the 15-yard line for Mount Union. Tyler May. May, a graduate student out of Oak Harbor, which is not far from here, up by Lake Erie. 5:59 to go, opening period. We have no score. Ohio Northern hosting Mount Union. The home finale next week as we welcome in John Carroll for a 1:30 start. Hard to believe that'll be the 5th and final home game of the football season next week. Hope to have you along. Here's a bit of a new look and a shotgun formation here for Mount Union. Going to be a toss right side and escaping a few tacklers, getting up near the 20. As he tossed it to Echeverry that time, who was kind of in a slot formation instead of the regular running back formation. And now Echeverry comes to the left side of Beaudry. He'll get it again and look for the first down yardage. Will not get there. Good pursuit by ONU. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Purple Raiders. Again, we've got men's soccer going on right behind us. The soccer field right next door to Bill Robinson Field, Dial Robertson Stadium. 3rd and about 2 here for the Mount. Beaudry gives Echeverry. I don't think he's going to get it. As ONU has a team meeting right near the line of scrimmage, I think they give him a half yard. And I think Coach Dart and crew are going to punt this away again. It'll be the 2nd straight 3 and out for Mount Union. So how about the ONU defense coming to play early here? 4th and a yard and a half, and here comes the punting unit for the 2nd time already this afternoon for Mount Union. Franklin again set to punt it. Borders awaits. Pressure comes. Boy, they almost got it. High kick. Borders fair catch at the 39-yard line. .407 to play in our opening stanza here on a sun-drenched fall afternoon, a few days away from Halloween and just a few days away from the month of November. Hard to believe. This season has flown by. So here comes the offense again for Ohio Northern. No score. From the 40, Blasioli blasts forward for a couple up near the 42, and he'll be stoned right there by several purple and white jerseys. Bring up 2nd down and 8. No first downs yet so far for Mount Union. Ohio Northern has 3 of them. 3rd down efficiency, of course, Mount Union 0 of 2. Ohio Northern 2 of 4. Just 8 total yards for Mount Union right now. Ohio Northern with 33. 2nd down and 8, again from their own 42. 5 on the play clock here. Got to hurry, and I think Ohio Northern is going to take a timeout. They will. 3:20 to go, opening period. No score yet on ONUsports.com. Second down and 8 call here for Ohio Northern with 3:20 to go, opening period. Feldman going to roll away from the pressure, throw downfield, has a man there, but didn't get him. Intended for Kyle Celestin. And just kind of underthrew him by a couple of yards there. Otherwise, that could have been a huge play for the Ohio Northern offense. 3rd down and 8 upcoming. And the Bears have not yet had a 3 and out. They have held Mount Union to 2 straight 3 and outs on their offensive end. So let's see if the Polar Bears can pick up the first down here. Got to get right to midfield to move the chains. Again, no score. Coming up on 3 minutes left. Opening quarter. Feldman going to be brought down hard by a couple of different Purple Raiders. Look like Caleb Brown was there. Also Jazz Jackson on the stop. So it will be a 3 and out for ONU. John Michael Elliott to punt it away. And again, back deep for the Purple Raiders is Tyler May. Mount Union showing some pressure here. Elliott does get it away. Going to be grabbed by May at the 21. Gets away from one. Now gets to the outside. Still on his feet. Midfield. We got a flag. He might take this, as he will, but hold the phone. We got a flag. I think it's coming back. So the Mount Union fans kind of up in arms here as we await this call, but pretty sure it's going to be coming back. About a 79-yard return for a special teams touchdown, but I don't believe it's going to stand. And a couple of Mount Union coaches can't believe the call. Flags around the Mount Union 40-yard line, and now a huge discussion. Well, this worries me because we haven't had the call yet, and now we have a group discussion as they send both teams to the sideline. Boy, we have seen a lot of this season, where flags are thrown, and then we have huge discussions before the official call comes. Well, I guess the officials want to get it right. So let's see what we have here. It's a face mask on Ohio Northern, and then a penalty on Mount Union. So that should offset, and we may do this all over again. That should be the call. So somebody on the Northern punt coverage team grabbed somebody's face mask, but we also, I believe, had a personal foul called on Mount Union. Let's get the official call here, or are they not going to give that to us? I think they're just going to go over and explain it to both benches. But I think we're going to have a redo, because if you have a penalty on each team, that's usually what happens. As they continue to sort this out here with 2:20 to play in our opening period. So doesn't look like Tyler May is going to get credit for a 79-yard punt return for a score. That would be our first score of the game. Again, still don't quite understand why this is taking the time that it is. If it's a penalty on each team, it's a redo. And we're having some obvious microphone issues with some horrific feedback, but it appears the penalty against Ohio Northern was declined, and the penalty on Mount Union was enforced. So it'll be Mount Union ball. They'll take the ball from the 25-yard line, 26-yard line. And we go from here, I guess. So it's Mount Union with the football. Beaudry looking long as a man wide open. This is going to be a score. Touchdown, Mount Union, so it didn't matter as Nick Turner takes it the distance. So just one play after a punt return for a score was wiped off the board. Mount Union hits on one long pass play as some obvious confusion in the ONU secondary led to Nick Turner all by his lonesome Here is Ivan Merrick for the point after, right-footed soccer style, bit of a high snap, gets it up and gets it through. So it's Mount Union 7, Ohio Northern nothing. 2:10 to go, opening quarter on ONUsports.com. So Mount Union, a wild scenario there after a delayed penalty call off of what appeared to be a punt return for a touchdown. Penalties on both teams gives Mount Union the ball at their own 26, and it takes them just one play. Beaudry, a 74-yard touchdown pass to Nick Turner. Merrick's kick is good. Mount Union 7, Ohio Northern nothing, where the Mount Union offense has done nothing today except for that one play, and they lead it by a touchdown. Fair catch at the 12-yard line made on the kick return. Borders does the honors, and that'll give Ohio Northern the football. And it'll be at the 25-yard line. And they'll go from the left hash. And let's see if Ohio Northern can muster up something on offense. Again, they haven't played, or they have made some positive plays in this first quarter against nationally ranked Mount Union. Feldman going to fake, going to go long, over the middle, incomplete. We got a flag, though, near the line of scrimmage. Could this be a roughing the passer or a holding call? It is holding on ONU. So that'll move them back 10. And it'll be 1st and 20. Other action in the OAC today, Capital at Otterbein, John Carroll at Wilmington. Of course, John Carroll comes here next week to Ohio Northern. Muskingum at Heidelberg, Baldwin Wallace playing at Marietta. So move them back to the 15-yard line after the holding penalty. 1st and 20. 2 minutes to play. Opening period, Mount Union up 7-0. Hand goes to Petway. Dodges a few men at first, but gets up to the 23. Or, I'm sorry, the 18-yard line, not the 23. So that's a gain of about 3 to bring up 2nd down and 17 for the Polar Bears. Ohio Northern 4-2, 3-2 in the middle of the pack of the OAC. Again, Mount Union ranked 3rd in the country, 6-0, 5-0 in OAC play. 7-0 Mount Union, 90 seconds to go in our first quarter. Sun-drenched, cool fall afternoon here in Ada today. So second and a lot of work to do here for Feldman in the offense. Pressure coming over the middle. Tipped, and it's intercepted. Grabbed, and the return back going to be brought down at the 26-yard line, I believe, as Tony Cook gets the tip drill INT. And things now going drastically wrong for the Bears. And Mount Union in perfect position now, deep in ONU territory to get a 2-score lead before this quarter comes to an end. They'll get it at the 26. Beaudry with 2 slot men and 1 tailback, and now moves that all around. 3 slot men. They're going to hand second man through, get tripped up. That is Sean Thomas, a freshman running back out of Lima Central Catholic. And they'll lose a yard there, so a positive play for the ONU D to push them back after turning it over on the tip drill interception. 45 seconds and a moving clock left, opening period, 7-0 Mount Union. Beaudry sends a man out of the backfield, gives to Echeverry, and he'll get forward to about the 23-yard line, so maybe 4. And let's see if they decide to run a play here. Down to 15 seconds left in the period. I don't believe Mount Union will, but they've got 10 seconds, but again, don't appear to be in any hurry. So we'll go to the second period of play. Mount Union 7, Ohio Northern nothing on ONUsports.com. Start of the second quarter here of this contest with Mount Union at Ohio Northern here on ONUsports.com. Jason Aldrich with you. It is a 3rd down and 7 for the Mount after, again, getting an interception deep in Ohio Northern territory. Beaudry, pressure, lobs, end zone. It's dropped. That was a wide open touchdown for Turner, who again caught the 74-yarder a few moments ago. And boy, he was at the goal line and just flat out dropped that one, it appeared, from here. So a field goal attempt upcoming here for Mount Union to try to make this a 10-point lead. It will be Ivan Merrick. The holder is the punter, Franklin, from the right hash from the 30, so you add 10. It's a 40-yard try for the right-footed soccer-style kicker. Again, kind of a swirling breeze to deal with. Kick up, plenty of leg. No good. He didn't get it. Kept it right. So Ohio Northern dodges a bullet for the time being as Mount Union not able to convert on a 40-yard field goal. We'll come back with the ONU offense next on ONUsports.com. From the 23-yard line, Ohio Northern takes over after the missed Mount Union field goal. Feldman in a lot of trouble here. He does get away for some positive yards up around the 26 or 27-yard line. So that was all Sam Feldman there. Play just simply broke down because of the Mount Union pressure, but he is able to get about 4 to bring up 2nd down and 6. 7-0 Mount Union, just underway here, second quarter. On a beautiful sun-drenched day This last Saturday in the month of Rocktober, as I like to call it. Feldman in that power shotgun with a back behind him. He'll give. That's Blasioli. He'll get up near the 30, and that'll bring up third and about 4. Actually make it 3rd and 3. 33-yard line is where the marker is. ONU taking their time this time around on offense. They break the huddle with 16 on the play clock. 3 wideouts go to the far side. 1 to the near side. 1 tailback along with Feldman in the short gun. Feldman over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Celestin. Not able to bring it in. And Ohio Northern will bring on the punt unit again. So the Bears not able to take advantage of the missed 40-yard field goal by Merrick and Mount Union. And we remember what happened the last time Ohio Northern punted to Mount Union. It was returned, but it was called back. And boy, this one off the side of the foot of John Michael Elliott. I think he tried to hurry it and was not a very good kick at all. Mount Union going to start at their own 45-yard line. I think maybe out of the corner of John Michael's eye, he saw that pressure coming, but really didn't affect the kick other than it might have affected John Michael's timing of the kick. So here comes Mount Union again with a 7-0 advantage, 13:20 to go, first half. Noah Beaudry goes at quarterback, goes shotgun here. A slot man in motion. That's the tight end who now lines up to the left side. Beaudry going to spin, look downfield, being chased, and going to get to the sideline. He'll get some positive yards over near his own bench at around the 48-yard line. So a gain of 3 on the scramble by Beaudry, the Purple Raider quarterback. Beaudry, a junior out of Monroe, Michigan, just across the border from Toledo. 2nd and 7 after the scramble of 3. Again, man in motion, goes back the other way where he came from. Beaudry will give to the tailback, get away, and get good yardage into ONU territory. That's Echeverry. And he'll be spotted down at around the ONU 48 to bring up 3rd and a long 3 here. So again, Mount Union just took them one play with 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go, opening period. Beaudry, a 74-yard touchdown pass to Turner. Point after made it 7-0. That's where we currently stand. 7-0 Mount Union, 3rd and a long 3 here. Going to fake the hand, pressure. Quarterback, though, spins away, gets it open, wide open down the field to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone for a touchdown from 48 yards. Do we have a flag? We do. Back near the line of scrimmage, ineligible man downfield. So this is going to be the second touchdown of the day wiped off the board for Mount Union. As Beaudry made a scramble play, threw it to Echeverry, but one of the linemen got too far downfield. So that's ineligible downfield, wiped the points off the board again. What a wacky afternoon so far, and we still got about 12 minutes to go till halftime. Unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen 2 scores within a matter of moments of one another wiped off the board in a single game because of penalties. Brings up 3rd and 8. So instead of 3rd and 3 and instead of 6 points on the board, it's now 3rd and 8 back in their own territory. Beaudry gets it Downfield, nearly intercepted as it was right in the breadbasket of one of the ONU cover men. Oh, and he spikes the ball. Boy, you better watch that. Boy, he is lucky he did not get called with a personal foul there. As I believe it was Leandre Lubin, the defensive back. And Mount Union will punt it away. Borders back with his heels around his own 10-yard line. Low snap. Boy, good high punt. And they're going to let it go, and it's going to go into the end zone. They had coverage men down there, but not able to get to it as it was too fast of a spin and got into the end zone. So another stop by the ONU defense here, keeping this a 7-0 affair. Mount Union on top, but the ONU offense with yet another opportunity with 11:48 to go in this first half of play. We'll see Petaway in the backfield this time along with Feldman. 4 wideouts to work with, 3 to the far side. From the 20, Hand, Petaway, and they're waiting for him at around the 22-yard line. So he'll scatter for a couple, and that'll be it. Good job of staying home by the Mount Union D-line. 11:30 to play till halftime. Again, it's Mount Union 7, Ohio Northern nothing here on ONUsports.com. Home finale next week, same time, same channel as we welcome in John Carroll. And, of course, this is it for John Carroll in the OAC. They are on the way out next season. 2nd down and 8 here for the Polar Bears. Feldman rolling, looking, pressure coming, fires, and it's going to be incomplete. Overshot his man. Celestin, the intended receiver there, one-on-one coverage by Mount Union, but it was a bit overthrown and brings up a 3rd down and 8 for the Polar Bears on offense here. Bears look pretty impressive. First couple of offensive possessions of this game, just nothing to show for it. And since then have not mustered a whole lot. But you got Petaway, who's got that breakaway speed and talent. Can do it at any time here. 3rd down, Feldman looking, trying to stiff arm a man. He's going to be wrapped up hard and thrown down at around the 20-yard line. Von Factor, a huge factor in that play. A senior defensive lineman from Fairhaven, New Jersey, makes the stop and forces ONU to punt it again. It'll be Elliott at around his own 5. Pressure coming. Low kick again. Going to hit and not take a real good bounce. It's going to be touched, I think, at the 47-yard line of Ohio Northern. So Mount Union gets to start now in Polar Bear territory with 10:18 to go, and it's 7-0 Mount Union. Again, Mount Union, according to our live stats at ONUsports.com, yet to convert a 3rd down today. They are 0 of 4. And here's their offense back out there. Beaudry will motion Echeverry out of the backfield, fakes to him, now pressured, now rolling, and just throws it away. Boy, was there anybody in the vicinity, but he was outside the tackle box. So no intentional grounding there on the Mount Union quarterback. 2nd down and 10 upcoming. It's Mount Union 7, Ohio Northern nothing. Halftime, you'll of course see the ONU marching band perform. We'll go over some of the first half numbers, recap all the scoring. Not a whole lot to tell you about right now except the one Mount Union touchdown. 2nd down and 10. They'll give Echeverry hit hard as he goes down at around the 43-yard line, so it'll be 4 on the carry to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Purple Raiders. .9:45 and a moving clock here, second quarter. Mount Union taking their time here on this possession. Line already set up. Now the skill players line up. Beaudry on 3rd and 6 gives to Echeverry. Gets into the ONU secondary. Dodges a couple tacklers and is finally brought down at around the 20. So a big run gain on 3rd and 6. And Mount Union able to move the chains with their running attack this time. So set them up now at the Polar Bear 19-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, Mount Union looking to add to their 7-0 lead. They had a chance a few drives ago, missed a 40-yard field goal. Hand around the right side, ripped out of bounds, and that's going to be a late hit tackle on Ohio Northern as Darnell Williams got the carry, and he was carried well out of bounds and then thrown to the turf. And the official says, no, that'll be half the distance to the goal. So an automatic first down for Mount Union will put them 1st and goal. It looks like at the 4-yard line. No, make it the 3. It's going to be the quarterback all the way, trying to get to the corner, and Ohio Northern shoves him out of bounds. I believe he'll lose a yard back to the 4. So that was Beaudry's call all the way. Short side of the field, had nowhere to go. A nice pursuit by the Polar Bears on the edge. 2nd down and goal from back near the 5. So officially loses 2 on that one. Beaudry will roll. Look, Echeverry wide open out of the backfield. Touchdown, Mount Union. So they motion the back out of the backfield. They swing it to him, no one there. An easy 5-yard pitch and catch. And now Merrick on to try and put the 14th point on the board of the afternoon for the Mount. With 8:09 to play till halftime. Snap, kick, got it. 14-0 Mount Union over Ohio Northern on ONUsports.com. So it's Mount Union now with a 2-touchdown lead here this afternoon at Dial Robertson Stadium, Bill Robinson Field in Ada on a sun-drenched fall afternoon. Nice day for maybe some cider, some pumpkin pie. And right now, Mount Union enjoying a nice 2-touchdown lead over the Polar Bears, 14-0. A 6-play, 47-yard drive taking a little over 2 minutes off the clock. High end-over-end kick, going to be grabbed at the 1. Return, 15, 20, and brought down shy of the 25-yard line is Borders. And, boy, we got some rough stuff happening here, and there's all sorts of flags. Every single official out there throwing his flag. And let's see if this hopefully is offsetting, but usually they get the retaliator. And this could be on Ohio Northern. But again, there was just some rough stuff as that kickoff return ended. I mean, guys run into one another and get tied up. There's no question about that. It's just once the play is over, you got to stop. So Beaudry, a 5-yard touchdown pass to Echeverry. Again, 6 plays, 47 yards. Merrick's kick makes it Mount Union 14, Ohio Northern nothing. And it's unsportsmanlike again on the retaliators, only on Ohio Northern. And that's where you got to watch it. You got to keep your composure. So the Bears will be backed up from where that kick return ended, thanks to another personal foul penalty. And they'll spot him, it looks like, at the 13-yard line. So it's a 1st and 10 for Ohio Northern, now down 2 scores, 8:03 to go till halftime. Feldman going to give. That's Blasioli. He'll get up near the 15, so a couple on the gain. And again, Mount Union not giving up any big run plays here. Rushing, Feldman and Blasioli now are your leading rushers, both with 18 yards apiece. Pettaway, 3 carries, just 4 yards here in the first half. So Mount Union forcing the Polar Bears to beat them through the air. 2nd down and 8 from the 15-yard line. They'll give Blasioli a little bit of room this time and barrels ahead. He might have a 1st down here. It looks like he does at around the 23-yard line. Move the chain. So 1st down, Ohio Northern. They'll mark it at the 23. 7 minutes to go till halftime. They got a 2-touchdown lead for nationally ranked Mount Union. It's 14-0. Bears hoping to get something on the board before the half comes to a close. Feldman, shotgun. Blasioli, the hand. Again, he gets positive yards up near around the 27-yard line. So that'll give him 4, bring up 2nd down and 6. So from the 28-yard line, Bears huddling. Break the huddle with 14 on the play clock here. Need to be aware of that. Feldman with Blasioli on his left hip. Man in motion, that's the tight end. Gives Blasioli up the gut. And very near the 1st down. I think he might be just a half a yard shy. Yep, going to be 3rd and exactly a half a yard. They're not going to give him the 1st down, or are they? They are. Yep. They move the chains. It is a 1st down. So close enough, they say, with the chain gang over on the far side. 5.5 minutes to go till halftime. Again, Mount Union with a 14-0 advantage. Polar Bears now, just now out of the huddle, 5 on the play clock. They got to hustle here. 3, 2, let's see if they get it off. They do. Blasioli off the right side, gets 1, maybe 2, up near the 35. And boy, they almost ran out of time there. Now again, remember, we will have the 2-minute stoppage new to college football this year. The end of the 2nd and 4th quarters. So give Blasioli 2 there. He's now up to 39 yards on the day on 11 totes of the football. Averaging 3.5 per carry. Feldman gets it. Quick throw, flat, caught as one of the defenders tried to make a break on the ball. It is caught. It is McCown who stepped out of bounds at around the 40-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and about 3 from here. So they restart the clock, pause it for a moment. And, of course, under 2 minutes, a play like that would completely stop the clock. But we're coming up on 4 minutes left here in the half. 3rd down, 3. Going to be Feldman on the keep. He gets around, gets a first down near midfield. Well, he is so good at the play fake there, had to make sure before I committed and said that it was Feldman on the carry. So that time he made the right decision and got him up near midfield and moved the chains again. But the clock moving, 3:45 to go till halftime, and the Bears trying to get something on the board. Down 2 touchdowns here, late first half, 14-0. Feldman now with 28 positive yards today on 6 attempts. Sends a man in motion near side. And looks, still looks, running, throwing, has a man, 30-yard line. Out there at the 25, down to the 23, Celestin gets in between the Mount Union secondary and gets the Bears near scoring position and near that red zone at the 22-yard line. 3 minutes to go in the half. Bears come up to the line. Plenty of time on the play clock here. Lazioli behind Feldman. He'll get the hand, barrel ahead, and get to about the 19, and that's it. So he'll get 3, bring up 2nd down and 7. Bears more than likely have probably just one more opportunity before the 2-minute timeout to run a play here. So 2nd down and 7 from the Mount Union 19-yard line. Bears desperately need to get on the board here. As the clock winds down, Feldman lines them up. 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side, 1 in motion. 2nd down and 7. Give Blazioli, met, maybe a gain of 1, and that's going to be it. And we're going to be at the 2-minute timeout. Mount Union 14, Ohio Northern nothing. Big 3rd down upcoming for the Bears in Mount Union territory. That's next on ONUsports.com. So off the 2-minute timeout, it is a 3rd down and 5 situation here for Ohio Northern. It is Mount Union 14, the Polar Bears nothing. As the Bears now getting the last second play in here off this 2-minute stoppage. They have 10 seconds to snap it here. Feldman on 3rd and 5. Fires, lob, end zone. Barandi makes the catch. Touchdown, but we do have a flag. Let's see if it stands. More than likely that is on the defense, but let's see. It is. Pass interference. They'll wave it off. Ohio Northern touchdown pass to Burundi from Feldman. So the Bears get on the board with 1:55 to go in the half. John Michael Elliott, right-footed soccer style, point after, up and good. And they cut the Mount Union lead in half to 14-7. Oh, that is exactly what the Bears wanted to do. A 13-yard touchdown pass to Seth Barondi, who just came in the game, a sophomore running back. And I'm sorry, let me correct myself, 17-yard touchdown pass. Seth Barondi from Feldman. An 11-play drive, went 87 yards on the number 3 team in the country, taking 6 minutes, 8 seconds off the clock. Again, that touchdown pass from 17 yards out. Elliott's point after makes it Mount Union 14 and the Polar Bears 7. And now if you're Ohio Northern, you just don't want Mount Union to score again before the half comes to a close. But, of course, on the other side of the equation, that is exactly what Coach Dart and his team is thinking. Let's go ahead and score. A kick almost coughed up, a squibber, and they do recover it. That's Ryan Iden, a backup running back out there on special teams, had trouble picking it up off the turf and then finally recovers it before a couple of black jerseys get down there to pounce on it. So it will be Mount Union football at the 29-yard line. 1:53 to go in the half. Again, Mount Union 14, Ohio Northern 7. Where we have seen 2 Mount Union touchdowns wiped off the board in this first half so far. That's going to go as an incomplete pass, a lateral pass, but it was forward, and it was not able to be brought in by wideout Jerry Cooper on kind of the RPO, if you will, the run-pass option executed by Noah Beaudry. 1:48 to go in the half. That stops the clock. 2nd down and 10 for Mount Union. Beaudry, a delayed hand, up the gut with Green, up near the 34. So Ohio Northern doing a nice job of not letting that play get away from them. They are able to get 5. That keeps the clock moving. 3rd down and 5 now for the Purple Raiders with 1:25 to go. You can hear the fans below us getting into it, wanting their defense come up with a huge stop here. Late in the first half, Beaudry creates room. We got a flag. He gets it out to his back for a 1st down, but this could be coming back as it ends near midfield. It's a hold on Mount Union. So again, wipe that play off the board. So 2 scoring plays and a big play there that would have resulted in a 1st down at midfield, all for naught here in the first half because of Mount Union penalties. 1:09 to go. They'll walk it off. And we'll replay 3rd down here. So this is going to be back at the 24-yard line, and they got to get out to the 39. So it's going to be 3rd and 15 from here. Let's see if the Bear defense can take advantage. And now, timeout, Ohio Northern. With 1:09 to go, they want to make sure they got the right personnel for this big 3rd down play coming up. 14-7 Mount Union on ONUsports.com. So again, 1:09 to go till halftime. It is Mount Union 14, Ohio Northern 7. A big 3rd down and 15 for Mount Union, backed up in their own territory. After the penalty, wipes out a 1st down. Beaudry with pressure, fires. It is caught and then hit hard and brought down. And let's see if the Bears call a timeout, as we've got an injured Mount Union player away from the play, but Ohio Northern does take the timeout with 1:01 to go. So the completion made, but a hard hit made near where the completion happened. And it's only a gain of a couple out to the 28-yard line, but they'll attend to the injured Mount Union player, and we'll take a break. Again, 1:01 to go, but it appears ONU has gotten off the field and will force a Mount Union punt here with just 1:01 left. And now that injured player actually pops right back up, and that's the star running back, Tyler Echeverry. So he is okay without his helmet, but obviously coming off because it has forced a 4th down. And we will see the punting unit again for Mount Union here, as Mike Franklin will come on. So a huge opportunity here late in the first half for Ohio Northern. If they can get a decent run back here, they might have inklings of their own of possibly getting on the board one more time, as they scored with 1:55 to go in this quarter on a Feldman 17-yard touchdown pass to Seth Barandi to cut this Mount Union lead in half, 14-7. And not quite sure what we're waiting on here again. A couple of officials over talking to, I believe, Coach Dart over on the Mount Union sideline. As again, we have 1:01 to go in the half. All right, so they're explaining because of the injury on the offense, there's going to be a 10-second runoff. So in a way, that kind of hurts Ohio Northern, because now we're down to 51 seconds instead of 1:01 to go. So the 10-second runoff is enforced here. It will remain 4th and 11 here for Mount Union to punt it away. Again, just a little less time for ONU to work with here. Pressure coming, and they almost got it. But he gets away a great kick, and it's going to go out of bounds near the 25-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like the 24. And we got a flag again near the line of scrimmage. They didn't run into the punter, I don't believe. Let's see what this is. As again, discussions abound about what we're doing here with the penalty. Let's see what it is. Oh, my. Wow. Just exactly what Ohio Northern could not afford to do. They call a roughing the snapper. So somebody must have roughed or got on top of the guy who snapped the ball back to the punter. You can't do that. It's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down. That means the Mount Union offense is back out on the field. Unbelievable. Man, we have seen everything here in this first half. 44 seconds left. Mount Union, instead of Ohio Northern getting the ball with a chance to possibly tie this baby up or get on the board before the half, Mount Union gets a huge break, punting the ball away. Their snapper gets roughed. It's a personal foul, 15 yards, and it gives the offense a chance to come back on the field from their own 44. Beaudry fumbled the snap. Now going to take off. Looking downfield, gets out of bounds at midfield. 36 seconds to go. So again, another wild play where the ball hit the turf, but Beaudry able to recover and get his team 6 yards out of bounds. 36 seconds left at midfield, brings up 2nd down and 4. Man, what a wild first half. Mount Union 14, Ohio Northern 7, 36 seconds to go in the half. Beaudry with pressure, fires, man, caught, 1st down. They drill him out of bounds, and another late hit flag is thrown. And that's going to give him 15 more. With 30 seconds to go in the half. And obviously you hear the home fans below us not liking the call. 30 seconds to go in the half. Mount Union, who punted it away a moment ago, getting new life on the roughing the snapper penalty. And now a late hit out of bounds penalty sets them up at the ONU 23-yard line. And I believe Mount Union has a couple of timeouts in their pocket here, so they can use the entire field. They lead at 14-7, looking for more. Plenty of time here. Now scrambling, now running downfield and getting out of bounds near the 25 is Beaudry. I think the home crowd was saying, hey, how about a holding call? But they didn't get it. So down to 19 seconds left as Beaudry stops the clock by getting out of bounds after standing back there forever. So he will lose yardage back at the 26-yard line. So again, they had this at the 23. So on the scramble, he does stop the clock, but he loses 3 yards. 19 seconds left. From the 26, Beaudry lobs, end zone. Is it intercepted? It is! Picked off by the Bears! And a huge stop at the end of the half, we think. There's still 12 seconds left. So they lob it to the corner of the end zone, and the Bears come away with the pick and keep Mount Union off the board. What a play by the ONU defense. Boy, I thought, if anything, just knock the ball away from the intended receiver, but they were able to pull it in for the INT. And now remember, Mount Union gets the ball at the start of the second half, but the Bears backed up at their own 20. Probably not going to get too adventurous here. It'll be a straight handoff. Petaway down around the 29-yard line. And that will wrap up a wild first half. Mount Union 14, Ohio Northern 7. A lot of weird penalties, a lot of scoring plays wiped off the board. But all things considered, the Polar Bears are in this baby against the number 3 team in the country, Mount Union. Mount Union leads by just a score, 7 points here at the break, by a count of 14-7. Again, the Bears scored with 1:55 to go in the half on a Feldman 17-yard touchdown pass to Seth Barandi when it was 14-0 in favor of Mount Union. And then Mount Union looked like they were going to give it back to the Polar Bears with just under a minute to go in the half as they punted it away, but a roughing the snapper call on Ohio Northern gave the ball back to Mount Union. Then aided by another personal foul, late hit out of bounds call from around the 26-yard line. Mount Union tried to strike a lob pass to the end zone, but it was intercepted by the Polar Bear defensive secondary. And so that is how we end a wild first half. You'll watch the band here at halftime as they take the field. And again, we'll take a pause and then come back right before the second half starts. We'll get you all the first half numbers, recap all of the scoring. And again, your score at halftime in this OAC battle on this beautiful sunny fall afternoon in Ada at Dial Robertson Stadium, Bill Robinson Field. It's Mount Union 14, Ohio Northern 7 on ONUsports.com. territory now at the 41-yard line. Bears down 2 scores. Fake handoff. Quick pass out near side. Going to be grabbed and brought down at around the 32-yard line. Keegan Wilson, the sophomore from Lima and Shawnee High School, makes the grab on a quick out after the fake handoff. Now they will give to Petaway, and he'll spin and get forward for a first down, get a little shove from an offensive lineman, and get up to the Mount Union 29. The official tells him to move the chains. And it'll be another first down for the Polar Bears, down 21-7 as we come up on 12 minutes to go, third quarter. Here at Bill Robinson Field, Dial Robertson Stadium on the campus of Ohio Northern University. Feldman stays in that shotgun. Moves his tight end. Will give to Petaway. Gets to the outside. Bounces off one man up near the 20-yard line. And they'll mark him out at the 21. So it'll be 8. Gain of 8, or 7 rather. They'll mark him out at the 22. I thought they initially marked him out at the 21. So it'll be the 22-yard line. A gain of 8. Second down 2. So the Bears on the move. Trying to get back in it. Down 2 scores, 21-7 to Mount Union here early third quarter. And Mount Union scoring on the very first offensive play in the second half after a long kickoff return. Feldman in the flat, threw it behind his cutting receiver. Celestin cut inside. The pass was a bit outside, so it's incomplete. Third down and 3 coming up. Let's see what the Bears come up with here on offense to try and keep this drive going here and not have to decide what to do on fourth down. They can convert here. And they'll give Petaway, trying to get to the outside. He's not going to get there. Short side of the field, and Mount Union makes the stop. Rossi Moore was one of the first ones there to throw him back, and now here comes the special teams unit to try to make it 21-10. John Michael Elliott will line it up at the right hash 32. So this is a 42-yard attempt. Again, a bit of a swirling breeze out there today. Snap, hold, kick on the way. Does it have enough? It does! 42-yard field goal, and the Bears strike and pull within 11, 21-10 Mount Union on ONUsports.com. A 9-play, 40-yard drive, taking 3 minutes, 40 seconds off of the game clock. And Ohio Northern does respond with a score of their own, albeit 3 points. But after Mount Union opened the second half, only needing 1 play to score after a long kick return, the Polar Bears again drive at 40 yards and stall, but come up with John Michael Elliott putting through a low line drive kick from 42 yards out. Our score now, Mount Union 21 and Ohio Northern 10. 11:03 to play, third quarter. Seen a little bit of everything in this football game so far. This time a high, deep kick, going to hit 5 yards deep in the end zone. So they go away from the squib, and it'll just be a simple touchback. for Mount Union to start at the 20-yard line. Now the Polar Bears forcing several 3-and-outs in that first half, and then Mount Union got into a little bit of a groove. And ball will be at the 25-yard line, pardon me, not the 20. So here is Beaudry waiting, 4 yards behind his center. Will hand. Echeverry tried to cut back and was brought down by Dalton Zhang. Only a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. The Mount lines it up here after getting 2 on 1st down. Power I, shotgun, looking long. Downfield, overshot his man by about 3 or 4 yards. That was Nick Turner, who hit the Polar Bears with that first quarter touchdown from 74 yards out. Kind of a similar pattern there that beat them for Mount Union's first score of the contest and of the afternoon. Not able to hit on it there, so it brings up 3rd down and 8. 10.5 to play, 3rd quarter, 21-10 Mount Union. Bears trying to get off the field here. Beaudry with time over the middle, wide open, but his man slipped and the pass a little behind him. Intended for Tyrell Sanders and not able to connect, so it's another 3-and-out. So the defense does their job. Let's see if the offense can get it back and get another spark and get more points on the board against the number 3 team in the country in Mount Union. Franklin to punt it away. And this time, not that good of a kick. It is going to hit, and Borders just going to run away from it. It does take a favorable Mount Union bounce, and Ohio Northern will get the ball at the 33-yard line. So all things considered, a decent play from the punt team, despite it not being a very long kick. Took about a 15-yard roll. And so the Polar Bears, though, decent field position at their own 33. 10:14 to go, 3rd quarter. It's Mount Union 21, Ohio Northern 10. Bears 4-2, 3-2 in the OAC. Feldman gives. Blasioli gets up to the 35 and is brought down after a minimal gain of a couple. And now Ohio Northern going hurry up again. They did this early on in the game and had some success. Feldman gets out of trouble, looking downfield. Is it caught? No, incomplete. Alex Rowan, the tight end, 5th-year senior out of Cuyahoga Falls, was the intended man there. Not able to reel it in, 3rd down. As again, the Bears tried hurry up, and now, even after the stoppage of play on the incompletion, they hurry to the line here. No backs behind Feldman. Everybody split out 5 wide. From the 35, pressure coming. Feldman over the middle. It's caught. I believe that's Blasioli, or no, incomplete. Well, one official said incomplete. One said complete. So it is incomplete. So it will be a 3-and-out for the ONU offense. 9:35 to go in the 3rd. So Mount Union, for the time being, hangs on to their 21-10 advantage, and it looks like they're getting the ball back. May back deep for Mount Union. Good punt this time by Elliott. Going to drive him way back to the 10. He does field it, gets away from a couple of Bears, and is tripped up by one who initially missed him. And he'll get out to the 22-yard line. I believe it was Jacob Hirschberger who initially missed on the initial tackle, but stayed with the play, came from behind to trip up the punt returner for the Mount. 9:22 to go, third quarter. Mount Union 21, Ohio Northern 10. Here on a beautiful fall afternoon in Ada, Ohio. Next week, we're back again for the home finale of the 2024 season with John Carroll coming to town. First down play from the 23-yard line. Hand, Echeverry gets by one man, stays on his feet, and then is buried out of bounds at around the 28. So after all that, about 5 on the carry. Dalton Jong among the many black jerseys to get there. 9 minutes to go now, third quarter. And now Mount Union in a bit of a rush as they go right to the line here. Beaudry gives Echeverry, and he'll get very near a first down. I think the officials are saying yes, right on the marker, move the chains, first down, Mount Union. So 2 straight running plays for 5 and 5 for Tyler Echeverry. Noah Beaudry sends 2 men out left, 1 to the right, fakes, blitz coming, and he's just going to have to get rid of it and he does, downfield. And good pursuit there by the Polar Bears as they force a hurried incompletion by Mount Union. And nothing on first down, so it'll bring up second down and 10. Snap back, draw, delay, hand, Echeverry not going to get far. And a late flag. We've got another one. And what is the call here? That came in right as the play came to an end. Let's see what the call is here. Another personal foul call on Ohio Northern's defense. So 15 yards and an automatic first down, which would have had, if that wouldn't have occurred, a third and long facing Mount Union and yet another opportunity for the ONUD for a 3 and out. But instead, they get another personal foul penalty and resets the chains and moves Mount Union down the field just shy of midfield at around the 49. A 21-10 advantage as we're now under 8 minutes to go, third quarter for Mount Union. And they have the football looking for more. Hand to Echeverry. They get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 3 or 4. Back at around the 46-yard line, so a loss of 3 brings up second down and 13. Great pursuit by ONU up front on the D-line to stop the running game there on that play. Second and long. Beaudry gets it, low snap, plenty of time, now pressured, and gets rid of it and can't make the completion well behind the line of scrimmage, but it was forward. Tried to get Echeverry out of the backfield and all for naught. Oh, another big third and long call here for both Mount Union on offense and Ohio Northern on D, looking to get off the field, down 21-10. 7:12 to go here in the third. Jason Aldrich alongside. Good to have you along here at ONUsports.com. Mount Union now just getting set, down to 6 on the play clock here, down to 3, down to 2, and they just get it off. Third and long, draw, quarterback, up the middle. He's going to be brought down about 3 yards shy. So it looked like a quarterback draw the whole way by Noah Beaudry. And it's going to bring up decision time for Coach Dart. And let's see. I think they're bringing the offense off the field. I think they are going to punt this. They are. Now Dalton Zhang going to get an opportunity to run a punt back here. Punt from near midfield. They're going for the coffin corner. Zhang going to make a fair catch at around the 14-yard line. So the Bear defense does the job again, holding Mount Union to a minimum despite giving up another personal foul penalty that kept that drive alive for a moment. Polar Bears have been penalized 6 times today for 72 yards, just 4 on Mount Union for 30. Goes out of bounds at around the 10-yard line. Boy, a mistake there by May. He probably could have gotten that on a hop at around the 20, and he let it go. So that really flips the field. A 57-yard punt from John Michael Elliott. And they'll start just over the 10, basically between the 10 and the 11-yard line. 4:04 to go in the third. Again, it's Mount Union 21 and Ohio Northern 10. Beaudry directing traffic, looking to throw, scrambling, running, firing, incomplete. And he got hit hard as he let that one go and overshot his man. So nice coverage by Ohio Northern on defense on that pass play. 3:58 left, third quarter. Rapidly moving third quarter. 21-10 is the Mount Union lead. Mount Union ranked third in the country in Division III at 6-0, 5-0 atop the OAC. Ohio Northern 4-2, 3-2 in the middle of the OAC pack. Second down and 10 after the long incompletion for Mount Union. Beaudry gives to Echeverry, spins, and gets up to the 15, so a gain of 4. And I see a flag. Yes. Let's see. Foul on Ohio Northern's defense. Somebody got a hold of the face mask. 15 yards, automatic first down. That is at least 4 today, personal foul penalties on Ohio Northern, whether it be on defense or special teams. Just can't have it. Reset the downs and chains. Now up to the 30-yard line is the Mount Union offense. Fake, pressure. Beaudry gets free, gets to the sideline, and gets out of bounds at the 36-yard line, gain of 6. And now Mount Union hustling up to the line of scrimmage. start on the official signal here following the penalty. Beaudry over the middle, incomplete. A little bit behind Nick Turner. Got his hands on it, but could not bring it in at around the 19 or 18 yard line, which would have been another first down. So an incompletion only takes 3 seconds off the clock. Minute 16 to go in the third. 21-10, the Mount Union lead. And it'll be a hand to Echeverry. He'll power forward and come up a yard shy of a first down at around the 21. It'll be third down and just a yard to go after the power running there by Echeverry. And they'll go Echeverry again. He'll get the first down. He'll bust through and he'll go to the end zone. Touchdown for Mount Union from 21 yards out. So Mount Union ups their lead to 27-10 with 28 seconds to go, third quarter. Ivan Merrick for the point after here. Right-footed soccer style. Up and good. 28-10 is the Mount Union lead. 28 seconds to go in the third on ONUsports.com. Ten plays, 89 yards, 3.5 minutes off the clock. Capped off by a 21-yard touchdown run for Tyler Echeverry for Mount Union, and now their lead has increased, the largest of the day, at 18 points, 28-10. Final 28 seconds left here in quarter number 3. High kick, going to be grabbed at around the 15. A little bit of a gap here to the 30 and brought down at the 31-yard line is Talon Borders. So Borders, about a 15, 16-yard run back, gives Ohio Northern the football at around the 32-yard line. Final 23 seconds left here, third quarter. Bears now down 28-10 to the number 3 ranked team in the country, Mount Union. Looks like Blasioli in the backfield. 3 receivers far side, one on the near side, one of those far side receivers in motion, the tight end slot. Blasioli the hand, and he'll get a couple up to around the 33, maybe just one. And that is probably our final play of this third quarter. End of 3 on this final Saturday in the month of October. It's Mount Union 28, Ohio Northern 10 on ONUsports.com. Start of the fourth quarter, a second down and 9, facing the ONU Polar Bear offense down by 28 to 10 count. Here to Mount Union. Feldman, play fake. Over the middle, has his man. Catch is made. Keegan Wilson moves the chains into Mount Union territory at the 47-yard line. So exactly what the Polar Bears needed, and they need to move quickly here. Feldman, quick out again, tipped and caught. I don't think that's how they drew it up, but they'll take it, I believe. Or are they going to whistle that play dead? Or do we have a flag again? Because they're not spotting the ball where the play ended. And more discussions. Let's get the explanation here. Maybe not. I'm not able to hear now the official, but now it does appear they are marking the ball where that completion ended at around the Mount Union 39-yard line. So it was tipped and then caught. So it'll be second down and I believe 2. So again, not quite sure what the discussion was all about there. So second down and about 2.5 here. Handoff, Lazioli trying to churn forward. He'll get one as the home crowd, for some reason, up in arms. I don't know if they saw a face mask grab there or what. But they were not happy about something. So a gain of 1 brings up third down and 2. Got to get to the 37-yard line to keep the drive moving here. Just underway, final quarter. Again, it's 28 to 10, Mount Union. Polar Bears trying to strike here. Trying to keep this drive going. Feldman, shotgun. Man comes in motion. Feldman over the middle, caught. First down, Ohio Northern. Celestin makes the catch, carries a couple of Purple Raiders with him. And that'll mark him down at the 34-yard line, but again, move the chains. And the Bears need all the positive plays they can get. Down 28-10. Now nobody with Feldman in the backfield. He's all by his lonesome as he lines up 5 wideouts. Looks to throw, steps up, and escapes a couple tackles, but he'll still go down for technically a sack and a loss of a couple back at around the 36. So second and 12 upcoming, wholesale substitutions here on defense for the Purple Raiders. 12.5 to play in regulation. It's 28-10, Mount Union. Five on the play clock. They get it. They give it to Blasioli. Looking, driving, up across the 30, down around the 28. So a solid gain of, it looked like 6 there. Well, actually 8, because it was 2nd and 12. Brings up 3rd and about 4 or 5, and we got an injured polar bear. And we'll pause on ONUsports.com. Jordan Basler, the injured Ohio Northern lineman, able to walk off under his own power ever so gingerly. Brings up a 3rd down and about 4 or 5 here for the Bears in Mount Union territory at the 28. Feldman, quick throw, caught, 1st down to around the 16-yard line as Celestin passed a little behind him, but he's able to reel it in, and Ohio Northern keeps the drive alive, down 28-10 with 11:40 to go in the contest. Mark it officially at the 17. Hand, Blasioli, again with 4 white jerseys on his back, able to get to the 13. So a gain of 4, again with all of that load on his back. Brings up 2nd down and 6. Under 11 minutes to go now. Again, the Polar Bears in a 28-10 deficit to Mount Union. They break the huddle. Plenty of time on the play clock here. Feldman awaiting the snap. Boy, Mount Union, I think, got into the neutral zone, or got actually over the neutral zone. Now they're going to call it, I believe, on Ohio Northern. On a false start. Boy, honestly, didn't see a black jersey move there. We saw 2 on either end of the line. Mount Union defenders go across and then get back. But they say the offense coerced them. So it's 2nd down 11. Blasioli gets it. Looks for a little running room. Doesn't get much. Brought down at the 15. And he'll get 3 of them back. Going to bring up 3rd and about 8. Mount Union continuing to shuffle in, shuffle out players on defense. Bears still in the huddle here offensively. Now they break it as we near 10 minutes to go in the game. A 28-10 advantage for Mount Union. Blasioli gets shifted out. Feldman looks over the middle, incomplete. We had a couple of different receivers to choose from, and Feldman got popped again. And I think they're going to bring on the field goal unit just to try to get some points here. And this would make it a 2-score game if they're able to convert. It's going to be a 32-yard try from the left hash for Elliott. Klum, the holder. Snap bit high, put down. Elliott got it. from 32 yards out. Makes it 28-13, Mount Union, 9:53 to go on ONUsports.com. So the Polar Bears have got it down to 2 scores here with 9:53 to go in regulation. It's Mount Union 28, Ohio Northern 13. High, short kick. This might hit. No, it's grabbed at the 24 and spinning away, but not much more, up to the 30-yard line on the return for Mount Union, Darnell Williams. So a 12-play drive that takes 5.5 minutes off the clock. John Michael Elliott caps it off with another field goal, his second of the afternoon. This one from 32 yards out to make it Mount 28, Ohio Northern 13. And if you're the Polar Bears, you need a 3-and-out here on D. And again, got to play sound and smart on defense. No late hits, no personal fouls. Snap, fake, pressure. Quarterback gets away and gets up to the 32. So after all of that, he'll get about one. Both. as they continue to discuss once again after a flag is thrown. So it is on Mount Union. Well, the Bears get a break. I thought for sure they were going to get somebody retaliating like they have several times in this game against Ohio Northern, but it is on Mount Union. So Mount Union shooting themselves in the proverbial foot here. But again, they have a 28-13 lead as we are just over 8 minutes left in the contest. But now this is going to be third down and a space oddity. Even our PA guy, Mike Miller, can't add up the yards. Well, they put 27 on the board. So 3rd and 27. Quarterback just going to run. We got another flag. This could be a hold. Quarterback still on his feet as he'll get about 22 or 23, but the call made to the home crowd, it looked like, by Connor Rowe. And the Bears will, I believe, take the penalty, because if you decline it, you take the play, it would still bring up 4th and 4 or 5. But why not make it 3rd and about half the football field here? Yeah, 3rd and 37. Let's see what Mount Union has in the playbook for this. Clock moving, 7:45 and counting. Mount Union, I was going to say, may not even run a play here. Maybe call a timeout. We're down to 7 on the play clock. Beaudry does get the snap, and he'll take off again. Up the middle. Still on his feet, gets to the outside, and runs out of room at around the 38. And now we've got another flag, as they're going to say Beaudry was shoved out of bounds. And guess what? On 3rd and 37, you just gave him another first down. Unreal. As we have more discussions, and Coach Freeze getting out there, wanting to know what the call exactly was on the ONU sideline. We have had a lot of laundry on the turf today, no question about it, and a lot of these discussions. So if you had any early dinner plans this evening, forget those. So they call a hit out of bounds on 3rd and 37, where he wasn't even close to the first down. He did get a positive gain, but it's all for naught now because it resets the downs and moves Mount Union down the field to the Polar Bear 45. Boy, penalties have just absolutely killed Ohio Northern today. Down 28-13 as we near 7 minutes to go. Beaudry will hand. Echeverry going to get buried for a loss. He just decides to finally go down. And another flag? I think they're going to say no, wave it off. My goodness. So a loss of 6 for Mount Union there. 2nd down, 16. Clock continues to move. Again, it's a 2-score advantage for the Mount. 28-13. 6.5 minutes to go. 10 on the play clock here. They snap it. They give to Echeverry. gets by the initial wave of tacklers and gets out near the Polar Bear 41. So out of all that, going to bring up third and manageable. Third and about 6. As we near 6 minutes left. So Mount Union, again, in no hurry at all. And they've got the 2-score lead here. From the Ohio Northern 41. Quarterback going to take it himself around the left side, and he'll be brought down, I believe, a yard or two shy. And I would expect Mount Union to go for it here. Fourth and about a yard and a half, 2 yards. They got to get to the 35 to move the chains again. And again, I don't see anybody coming off as far as the offense goes. Down to 5 on the play clock here. They look a little disorganized. I think Mount Union's going to call a timeout. They will, right before the play clock expired. 5:02 left. Fourth and about 2 coming up for Mount Union. They lead at 28-13 on ONUsports.com. So off the Mount Union timeout, 4th down and 2. They do keep the offense out here. They're up 28-13. Trying to keep their offense on the field. It's going to be a throw and a wide open touchdown play here. Nobody expected that on 3rd or 4th and short. And I believe it's Matt Anderson, the tight end. And Mount Union scores and may have sealed the deal here with 4:56 to go. Merrick on for the point after to try and make it 35-13. Up, and it is good. 35-13 Mount Union on ONUsports.com.